Kindergarten, it's Mrs. Griffith. I have a little bit of a mix of things I wanted to talk to you about today. For some writing you're going to do, this book that you're going to write, now you're going to have to make this book at your house because this book is just made up of plain old white sheets of paper, just cut in half. So you can cut 2 pieces of white paper in half and then staple them together. If you have a piece of yellow paper that you could make the cover of your book, that would be great, because the name of this book is My Yellow Book. Okay, My Yellow Book. So if you've got a yellow cover, that would be wonderful. We're writing about things that are yellow because yellow starts with the letter Y. Okay, that's our letter of the week, Yeti Yo-Yo's letter. So for my example, I have My Yellow Book, and I wrote Mrs. Griffith on it, just so I know it's mine. If you don't have a yellow piece of paper at your house, it's okay. You could just have a white cover, or you don't even need any cover at all. But in this book, I'm going to be writing about things that are yellow. So start doing a brainstorm, thinking through what are some things in the world that you see that are yellow. Okay, I circled the high frequency word my on my book. You could do that too. So the first page in my book is, and I'll read this for you. You can read it with me. The bees are yellow. Okay, so I'm going to write a sentence that goes with my picture. The bees are yellow. My next page, oh, and I had to draw a picture of my yellow bees there. Put their black stripes on, flying along. I circled the high frequency word the and the high frequency word are. Those are 2 high frequency words that I used in my sentence, so I circled those. I circled them in yellow. What else is yellow? Ooh. A lemon is yellow, right? A lemon is yellow, absolutely. I circled the word a and I circled the word is because those are high frequency words, and I circled them in yellow. Now I want to point out something. When you're writing a sentence and you're writing about more than one thing, so my first page said the bees are yellow. So I have more than one bee. So when I have more than one, I'm going to use the word are. So I would say bees are yellow. It wouldn't sound correct to say bees is yellow. That doesn't sound correct. So when I'm writing about more than one thing, I'm going to use the word are. Bees are yellow. But when I'm writing about one thing, one single thing, like a lemon, I would say a lemon is yellow. Okay, I would use the word is. It would not sound correct to say a lemon are yellow. Okay, that does not sound right to our ear. So when it's more than one, we use the word are. When it's only one, we use the word is. Okay? Let's see what I did on my next page. The egg yolk is yellow. Okay, I'm talking about one yolk of an egg. So I used the word is, and I circled my high frequency words in yellow. In my last page, one of my favorites. Daffodils are yellow. Okay, I'm writing about more than one daffodil, so I'm going to use the word are. Daffodils are yellow. Okay, so I want you to think of 4 things. Challenge yourself. See if you can think of 4 things that I did not have in my book. And use the correct verb, are or is, correct word in your sentence, depending on if you're writing about more than one thing or just one single thing that is yellow. Okay, you're going to make a yellow book and you're going to put your name on it. Good job, kindergarten. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is that as we wrap up our year here, we're going to go back and do a little bit of review in math. And one thing that we used at school a lot throughout the year was a 10 frame. Now, I just made a 10 frame because I'm at my house and I don't have the 10 frames that we used at school here in my house. So I just made one out of cardboard. How many squares are on a 10 frame? Oh, I heard Emily. She shouted it out. There are 10 squares on a 10 frame. That's right. That's why we call it a 10 frame, right? And so when we build with a 10 frame, and you could draw a 10 frame on a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, if you want to make one for your use at home, easy peasy. It's just a rectangle with 10 squares, okay? And then what did we use these 10 frames for? What did we use them for? We used them for building numbers, didn't we? Okay, so early in the year, you know, way back in the beginning of the year, you would put Unifix cubes on and we would count how many there were, and there were 4, and then we, you know, might have added some more, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? As the year went on, we filled up our 10 frame. We had a full 10 frame. And then we added some extra ones off the 10 frame. So I have my 10 frame here, and I'm adding some extra Unifix cubes over here, just on the side. And I want to know how many are there all together. Okay. Now, do I have to go back and count this 10 frame? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do I have to go back and recount? No, I don't. Remember, I can just put my hand on top in the air here, and I can just say 10, because I know there are 10 there. So I can say 10, and then I'm going to count how many more I have. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? And I would write that number 14 as, Mr. Griffith, can you hand me a marker? Forgot a marker.
Sure.
Thank you. I could write the number 14, just like that. And we know that 14 means one bundle of 10, right? We've bundled it here on our 10 frame. And 4 loose ones. 4 loose ones, okay? Just like we do in our calendar. We haven't done this in a really long time, kindergarten, but remember with our calendar, we would bundle our straws into a bundle of 10, and then we would put our loose ones in the ones pocket. So 14 is one bundle of 10 and 4 extras, okay? Let's see. I could build the number 11. I've got 1 10, so I can just say 10, and one more I'm going to count on 11. Okay, you can play with this, and maybe a brother or sister you could start with your 10 frame and then have someone put some extras on, up to 9 more extras, and then practice counting and identifying the number. So I've got 10 here, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? Writing the number 16. The number 16 is 110 and 6 loose ones. All right? So you're going to be building with 10 frames and extras. I'm using Unifix cubes at my house because I have them at my house. You can use anything. You could use beans, you could use pennies. You could just use anything to build numbers with your 10 frames. Okay, that's what you're going to be doing in math today. Just a heads up, an exciting heads up. I don't know if you've heard about this, kindergarten, but tomorrow there are some astronauts who are going to blast off from right here in the United States and fly in a spaceship up to the International Space Station. Isn't that incredible? It is so exciting, kindergarten. This is the first year in 9 years that astronauts, American astronauts, have blasted off from the United States in a ship that we've built here in the United States. So it's pretty cool. The ship is called the SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft. SpaceX, that's who built it. Crew Dragon spacecraft. And it's going to blast off at about exactly 1:33 p.m. our time. So right after lunch. Many of the news stations are going to be showing it and live streaming it, and Mom and Dad could look that up. I think I even heard ABC News a couple minutes before blast off will have it on kind of mainstream networks. But your mom and dad certainly could find where you could watch it. And it would be really fun to watch these astronauts blast off. When I was about your age, kindergarten, I watched astronauts land on the moon. Can you believe it? That was pretty incredible. That was a historic time in our country's history. And my dad got us up in the middle of the night to go downstairs and watch that happen. And I will always remember that. So this is another historic time that you might enjoy watching with your family. So that's on tomorrow. The astronauts' names are Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley. And they're going to be heading out to space. So cool. Maybe one of you would like to be an astronaut when you grow up, kindergarten. I think that would be so exciting. All right? And then I could watch my student go into space. How cool would that be? So cool. All right. I hope you have a great day, kindergarten, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.